Okay, so here's part 2, because somebody called me in the middle of the last video. All right, so when we're talking about this fear causing a physical response, that's going to be our main idea of this section, right, underneath the subheading, how fear works. We're going to do one more together, okay, or two. Let's see, how many's left? Oh, we'll do 2 more together, and then you guys are going to do the rest of them by yourself. Okay, so fear or fun. Some people find the rush of fear exciting. They might seek out the thrill of extreme sports and savor the scariest horror flicks. Others do not like the experience of feeling afraid or taking risk. During the scariest moments of a roller coaster ride, one person might think, "I'll never get on this thing again. That is, if I make it out alive." While another person thinks, "This is awesome. As soon as it's over, I'm getting back on." Okay, so our main idea in this one, right, would be that fear affects people differently. And if I'm going to have to come up with text evidence for that, I'm going to show right here, others do not like the experience of feeling afraid, and some seek out the thrill of being afraid, right? Okay, so there's my text evidence for my main idea in that one. All right, so we're going to do fears people have together, and then you guys are going to complete the rest by yourself. All right. Fear is the word we use to describe our emotional reaction to something that seems dangerous. But the word fear is used in another way, too, to name something a person often feels afraid of. People fear things or situations that make them feel unsafe or unsure. For instance, someone who isn't a strong swimmer might have a fear of deep water. In this case, the fear is helpful because it cautions the person to stay safe. Someone could overcome this fear by learning how to swim safely. A fear can be healthy if it cautions a person to stay safe around something that could be dangerous. But sometimes a fear is unnecessary and causes more caution than the situation calls for. Many people have a fear of public speaking, whether it's giving a report in class, speaking at an assembly, or reciting lines in the school play. Speaking in front of others is one of the most common fears people have. People tend to avoid the situations or things they fear, but this doesn't help them overcome fear. In fact, it can be the reverse. Avoiding something scary reinforces a fear and keeps it strong. People can overcome unnecessary fears by giving themselves the chance to learn about and gradually get used to the thing or situation they're afraid of. For example, people who fly, let's go up here, despite a fear of flying, can become used to unfamiliar sensations like takeoff or turbulence. They learn what to expect and have a chance to watch what others do to relax and enjoy the flight. Gradually and safely facing fears helps someone overcome it. Okay, so our main idea for this one, okay, again, our topic is fear. All right, and how about fear is something that can be overcome in certain situations, right? Because not all of them. If a balloon pops behind you and you're not expecting it, you're still going to jump, right? Okay, but when you have a fear, like Miss Anderson said earlier that she has a fear of heights, so this woman right here walking, I would never do that. When you have a fear like that, you can gradually become more used to it and get used to it, and so that's what they're saying in here, right? So the word fear is used to name something a person feels afraid of. So that's the kind of fear that we're talking about here. My fear of heights or whatever, if you're afraid of spiders or something like that, okay? And so where's my text evidence that says that fear is something that can be overcome? Like we can get past it, right? Let's see. It can say someone could overcome this fear by learning how to swim safely. But avoiding something scary reinforces a fear, but people can overcome unnecessary fears by giving themselves the chance to learn about them and gradually get used to the thing or situation they're afraid of, right? That's perfect text evidence if we say that fear is something that we can overcome. Okay, so you're going to have to come up with a main idea for fears during childhood, a main idea of phobias, which is a little bit different, a main idea of what causes phobias, and then underline your text evidence, and then a main idea of overcoming phobias, and underline your text evidence, okay? I suggest that you do all of this and read all of these because you're going to be taking a selection test over fears and phobias here in just a few minutes. Now, I will tell you that just based off of what I've read, I can tell you that this is a descriptive informational text because all they're doing throughout the whole thing is describing fear. What is fear? What's it like? What's it look like for people? What does it do? And then you need to come up with an overall main idea as well, okay, of this passage. Not just all of the little subheadings, all right? And so I will, this is the rest of the video.